very good evening to all of you. My name is Nur Aini binti Ibrahim, and as you all know, you can call me Ain or whatever you want to call. Okay, so as per task that has been given by doctor, what is my teaching skill that I want to improve on? So I chose the skill of classroom management because I think that every student has their own different drama. You know that, right? So in the class we have different behavioral, and also it is not easy to keep students' interest at one time. So classroom management is quite hard for me because I think that it is a broad topic, like a broad general terms of teaching, because we have to focus on students' behavior, we have to focus on how students communicate with each other, we have to focus on what is around us, right? So I have read an article last night. I have to follow 5 basic principles in order to improve my teaching skill to classroom management, which is discipline, engagement, control, influence, and also management of the classroom itself. So I have to use the right tones when I communicate with the students, and also with my friends or whatsoever, because classroom management is, yeah, like I said, it is so big topic, right? So it has lots of things going on. You have to taking order the interior and also exterior factors of teaching in the classroom. So I think that is all from me. Thank you.
Hi, hello everyone.
Hello.
Before that, I want to apologize because my pronunciation is I'm lack of speaking. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Right. Hi, my name is Nur Amira. Okay, today I'm gonna share with you about what skill I choose. Okay, the skill I choose is skill of stimulus variations, because I think this is one of important skill to make sure teacher keep to sustain their students' attention while class. So I would like to improvise my method of teaching for my students, because we know kids nowadays are very different from us, right? They got easily distracted by other students, like their friends walking around outside class or teacher coughing. They got easily distracted. We can say that their screen timing is longer than their attention in the class. So I really would love to learn how to improvise my teaching skill to make sure their attention can be with me for the entire class. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you so much.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Okay. Hi, my name is Aiman. You may call me Aiman too. So for the task, what is the skill that I chose to improve is the skill of stimulus variation. So in my opinion, the skill I am intended to improve, because I believe the purpose of this skill is to keep the classroom engaged and liven up, so that the environment of the classroom will be fun for teaching and learning. So this will make the student to feel that they have different experiences, learning experiences with us, so that would make them to always participate and engage, because with this skill we can avoid boredom and dullness, and keep our student attracted and focused. In my other opinion, to achieve this skill, we have to have this one criteria, which is creative or being creative. Creativity plays a major factor to create, so that we can create or generate various kind of activities and ideas, so that we could attract student interest and learning. That's all from me. Thank you.
So, Assalamualaikum everyone. How are you today? Have you take your lunch? For those who have take your lunch, please thumbs up. And for those not, please thumbs down. Okay, no worry. For those that thumbs down, I just have 1 minute class with you. So you don't have to worry. After this, you can go to it. Sorry. Alright. So I'm nervous, currently nervous. So my name is Muhammad Hassanuddin bin Alham. You can call me Teacher Hassan. Hi, teacher. So one of the skills that I want to enhance is the skills of, do you know what is this? The skills of questioning. So why is questioning important in class? Who can answer my question? Anyone? To produce what? Anyone can answer my question? Yes, to assess student understanding and also to produce quality students that can think critically. So how do we improve our skills of questioning? So we just need to rely to Mr. PC. What is Mr. PC? MRPC. Meaningful, relevant, precise, and clear. So we just need to have this aspect in our question. Our question must be meaningful, relevant, precise, and clear. So that's it from me. So what we have to include in our question is Mr. PC. It must be
Meaningful,
relevant, precise, and clear. Yes, that's true. So that's it from me.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Okay, sorry if I sound nervous because I am nervous. Okay, so I hope you guys are doing well and welcome back to campus. For today, I am going to talk about how I am going to improve one of my teaching skills, which is the skills of stimulus variation. Right, so in another word is how do I want to keep on engaging with my students? I think that is one of the important skills. Okay, so first of all, my technique will be identifying the student's learning style. Okay, let me call Hassan. Hassan, can you tell me what is your learning style?
My learning style is kinesthetic.
Okay, thank you. And okay, how about you? What is your learning style?
Me?
Yeah, that's you.
Quite sure.
Okay, it's okay. And how about you? Visual. Okay, so in this classroom we have different learning styles, right? So when I already know my students' learning style, I can prepare some certain activities that maybe they can achieve something from it. Okay, so therefore, they can keep on engaging with me because they will feel comfortable with me, with the way that I teach. Okay, so that is all from me. Thank you so much for listening.
Hi everyone, my name is Nabila binti Suleiman. Please call me Nabila or teacher Nabila. So talking about teaching skills that I would like to improve on, I really wish to improve on voice projection because I realize I am such a soft-spoken person, and by fixing that it could boost my, my ways to handle a class, or we call it as classroom management. So I would like to know if anyone in this class also has such a low voice. Anyone? Oh, yeah. May you stand up? My question is, how does having such a low voice make you feel like? Sorry? How does having such a low voice make you feel like? I feel small. Yeah, it's quite tough. So I admitted that I had a low voice and a problem with voice projection before. It depends on my teaching experience at the school. So that's why I would like to improve on that. Thank you.
So, a very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nofazi. You can call me Paz or Teacher Lin. Okay, the skill that I wanted to improve is explaining skills. This is why because when we went to our PPD, we actually had the chance to observe our explaining skills. So in my opinion, my explaining skill were not that good. So I'm intending on improvising that one. So in my opinion, explaining to our students about the topic is very important because we are actually conveying and wanting to carry what the input about the lesson is about. For example, if I were to teach about a topic called weather, but then again I ask irrelevant questions explaining about irrelevant inputs, then there will be no connection and the students won't be understanding what I'm about to share with them. For example, what is your favorite food? Yeah, you.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken. But then again, my topic of the lesson is about weather. Is there any connection between fried chicken and the weather?
No.
Right. So, in my opinion, explaining is a very crucial element. How can we improvise this one is by we as our we teachers ourselves need to learn the topic first. Going through the notes and also understanding and preparing ourselves with possible questions that our students will be asking us in future so that we can answer them correctly and not something off topic. So that will be it for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nurul Wahida. You can call me Ida. Okay, the skills that I want to improve on is a skill of classroom management. Okay, as we know in class there are like 30 to 40 people in the class, so it's quite hard to check every single student. So that's the skill that I want to improve on. I want all students to have full participation. Sorry, quite nervous. For participation, thank you, participation in class. I want to give them a clear instruction so like they can understand. Like during my PPG, I will be like on these students and these students will like lose focus on me. So I need to move around. So it's actually connected with teacher action zone, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's skill classroom management. That's the skill I want to improve on. Okay,
Very good day. I wish to everyone, my dearest classmate. My name is called Kaini, and you may call me Kaini. Okay. The teaching skill that I would like to improve on is skill of questioning. Okay. In my opinion, I think question is very important because every problem comes from many questions. Okay, because if you answer the examination, you may see a lot of questions, and the question will make you think, and thinking makes you find the answer. Okay, so now I would like to share a way that we can apply to improve the skill of questioning. Firstly, plan your questions before entering the class. Okay, I would like to write it down. Okay. Plan your questions before entering the class. Okay. Why do we want to do this? Think about the objectives of the lesson and what you want your students to learn. Prepare questions that are relevant, meaningful, specific, clear, and precise, so that the students can meet the objectives. Because every lesson consists of many objectives, right? Okay, so the objectives is very important. So let's say the objective is to help students understand the use of adverbs in sentences. So therefore, we can ask questions such as how do adverbs modify verbs and adjectives in a sentence? And second example is, can you provide examples of adverbs, and how they change the meaning of the sentence? Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Hi and assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Isino Balkis binti Muhammad Arifin. You can call me Balkis. One of the teaching skills that I would like to improve on is my speaking skill generally. What I'm talking about is I would like to reduce the usage of filler words whenever I'm talking in front. Filler words, I mean like and so on. Right, because I believe this will actually affect how I'm talking and how do I would like to give the students information on the topic that look, I just said the filler word. The topic that I would like to teach the students. So in order to improve it, I think I should just, do not say anything and just continue what I'm going to talk about just when I have the input. For example, like, I would like to, wait. One more time. I would like to, and also I would like to. I believe this will make a big difference because maybe the students will perceive us for being like unsure with what we are going to talk about. And so if we try to lessen the usage, I believe that it will kind of like, smooth our flow of teaching too. Yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Balkis Widyasai. You can call me Balkis. So the teaching skill that I would like to improve is communication. So communication is important for teachers because it improves relationship, increase understanding and model positive interaction with students. So how I can improve this communication skill is with practicing active listening. So listening to the students can help the teachers to give better assistance and also better education for the students. Other than that, teacher can also practice positive feedbacks. For example, even for like small success or big success that the students do, teacher will give them like good feedbacks. So when the teachers communicate better with the students, I believe that it can foster the students' success in the classroom. That's all.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Qurato Ain and you guys can call me Kuro. Now I would like to show a teaching skill that I would like to improve on. So the teaching skill that I would like to improve is the skill of explanation. For me, this skill is very important in helping students to understand the lessons, ideas, concepts, and examples. And for a teacher must be able to explain things clearly and correctly. So for a good explanation, the meaning of any content must be made simple and understandable by the teacher for the students to understand, because clear explanations help students to learn more effectively. That is all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I hope you're having a good day today. I am Julia. You can call me teacher Julia. Okay. today we are going to have a very brief, a very chill class in the span of 1 minute with me as your teacher. Alright? Okay. Yesterday, someone very wise asked me, what is the teaching skill that you would like to improve? So, I have pondered about it, and I think that observation skill is a very important skill because, yes, being a teacher, you need to have the communication skill, you need to have the all the technical skill for you to have a good management in your class. But simultaneously, you also need to have the observation skill because you need to observe your student. And I believe that an observant teacher has the power to tackle and find the right switch to deliver a more effective teaching. So yeah, that's what I think, and I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you for listening.
Greetings everyone. I hope you can hear my voice because it's loud and can hear. Based on the task given yesterday, we were asked on the skills that we want to improve as a teacher, and the things that I would like to share is time management skills. Because I believe if you waste your time, it means that you will also be wasting others' time. So my main focus in time management skill is when you plan a lesson. So when you plan a lesson, there will be a time allocation for each stages for you when you are teaching. So if you want to have an effective lesson, you should also plan how much time you want to talk in the class and also how much activity you are planning, as long as it is aligned with the objective that you are planning to achieve for that particular lesson you are having in your class. Okay. Because if you only miss once for your lesson planning, it might not have any effect. But if it happens all the time, it will have a long-term effect which actually affects the students' performance. So from that one issue, you are actually affecting everything that is happening in your class. So to have a very organized time management, it should also happen outside of the class and not just in the class, because you are a teacher and forever you will be a teacher. Okay, that's all from me.
Assalamualaikum, very good day to everyone. My name is Afif Adi Putra bin Ridwan.
Hi teacher.
Just call me Mr. Afif. A teaching skill that I would like to improve on is skill of explaining. Explaining a concept to students is very hard because students' level of cognitive is very different from one another. When they come to school, their cognitive level is different lah. Different. Other stimulus is needed for students to understand a specific concept, such as grammar, pronunciation, sentence structure, and idioms. When explaining a concept, sometimes I pick up at the first time I hear or see it. But students need other stimulus such as images of a concept, such as that. And I think that's the thing that I really need to do. Thank you.
Okay, hi, assalamualaikum, and good afternoon to you guys.
Hi.
My name is Nur Hafiz bin Indonesia Muda. You guys can call me Hafiz or Din. For our task, as you know, that we need to mention what kind of teaching skills that we need to improve on. So, for me, skills of classroom management is fairly crucial for us to improve. And for me, from my experience of PPG, classroom management is quite horrible in my part because the students are quite energetic, I can say. They even wrestling at the back of the class, or maybe like there's one time that I taking care of students having an exam, and they even spit at the back of their friends. Like they put like paper in their mouth, and I was like, how can you guys playing like that? As I'm the teacher was there to manage that, but they not like they treat me like any other seniors. So I would like to manage my classroom properly, and yeah, that's what I would like to improve on, and that's all.
Danny first, then you. Danny first, then me.
It's supposed to be Ryan.
Supposed to be.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. So can I stand here?
Yeah.
Okay. So
No.
first of all,
Back up.
hello and good day to everyone. I think you already know my name, but I will tell you guys again. My name is Ryan Felvinus Raymond, and you guys can call me Sir Ryan. Okay, so before that, I would like to ask which of you which of you usually likes to use visual as a method on how to learn something? Can you raise your hand? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, quite a lot. So, the skill that I'm about to tell you guys that I want to improve is a skill of illustration. Don't be shocked. Alright, so the reason why I choose this skill to improve myself is because I believe that there are a lot of students tend to learn more and grasp a lot more when a teacher use graphics like image in the class. So I say this because during my PPG2, when I was teaching a certain class in form what is it? Form 3. Is it? Form 3. So I only use speakers, and most of it was auditory, and the students wasn't even paying attention to what I teach them. So from that point, I realized that, of course, auditory in class is important, but what do we call it again? Visual is also important to use in the class. And for me, let me look at my notes first. For me, as a teacher, we have to give students lesson that is meaningful, and they can use the lesson and remember it every time when they. What did I? The lesson has to be interesting and meaningful. That's all. So wait, not yet. A little more. Okay. And so, I think that's all. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah.
Okay, a very good day to all my classmates. I am Evangeline Chong Jesi, and the skill that I would like to improve is the skill of introduction. I believe this aspect could influence students' first impression towards the lesson that is about to be taught. Now, I'm sure that back in your high school years, you do experience a few of your classes being a bit boring and redundant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell me one of your experiences? Anyone?
It's good.
So if no one is saying, so I am expecting that all of your classes were very interesting.
No.
They started off interesting. Any exciting introduction your teacher gave you that makes you feel that, oh, this is very relatable to the lesson that she taught after that. You don't remember? It's okay. So you see, some of you said no earlier, and there you can see that how the lesson starts is going to affect your mood to learn for the consecutive lesson stage after on. I wouldn't want such a bad impression from the beginning of the lesson, so therefore I would like to improve on the skill of introduction. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone.
Hi.
How are you guys today?
Very
Okay. My name is Adawiyah binti Muhammad Zafri, and I would like to share with all of you the skill that I would like to improve on, which is board writing skill. It's quite different, right? Okay. So as we know, board writing is one of the skills that allow us as teachers to engage with the students more, as we can experience hands-on projects together. For example, we can display notes, diagrams, and working on exercises together. But unfortunately, in my experience in PPG2, I completely forgot to use the whiteboard, even though I did mention in my lesson plan that I will use it, because I was too focused on the course book and also the worksheets. And at the same time, I realized that I actually don't really know how to use it effectively with my students in class. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Nurfafia bin Shafi. You can literally call me whatever you want. So today I want to talk about the teaching skill that I wish to improve, which is the skill of stimulus variation. So as we all know, this skill focuses on helping students to strive and stay attentive in a class. So as I dived into the skills, I found that there's several components of the skill, which is gestures, purposeful movement, variation in speech, and also interaction style. So I'm worried about the variation in speech the most, because the key aspect of the component is that I need to have an energetic, loud, and clear voice. So this has become a concern of mine because I have such a quiet and soft voice. So that is all for me. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum and a very good day to all. I am Nur Aja Sabrina, but you can call me Sabrina. I would like to share my thoughts on how I want to improvise in the skill of introducing a lesson. During my last PPG, I have a problem grabbing students' attention using appropriate devices in a creative way, which resulted in them not understanding the lesson properly. I want to enhance my skill in engaging students with the lesson so that they can understand the topic properly. I am keen on learning more to understand. I am keen on learning more to get students hooked on and interested in the topic from the very beginning. Thus, I will optimize the use of students' previous knowledge and capture an appropriate device to capture capture students' attention during the lesson. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum everyone and hi, my name is Hawa Shakira binti Nuratman. One of my teaching skills that I would like to improve is achieving closure. Because why? Closure requires me, myself, to conclude the chapter or topic that have already been discussed. Closure needs to be done in 5 minutes or less. Sounds simple, right? But actually it is not, because I witnessed a lot of teachers, including me, struggle to wrap up the lesson, and as a result of our action, students did not get the summary of what they should know and be able to do. So I keep wondering, what is the correct method to summarize the whole lesson, and how is it possible for me to wrap up the lesson in 5 minutes? Do you guys experience the same problem with me?
Yes.
So I think by taking KP this semester, I hope all of us can face this problem together and become a great teacher soon, inshallah. Thank
Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Vanessa Lesijabri, but you can call me Miss V if you want. Miss V. It's simple. But if you want to call me Teacher Vanessa, it's okay. Alright. So, nowadays, we are going faster and faster into the modern phase in this world. So therefore, we can all agree that technology has been a part of us, right? Yes. So I want to ask you guys, do you guys use Instagram? Yes. Do you guys use TikTok? Yes. Right. Then, as us who are becoming teachers in the future, I want to ask you guys one thing. When you guys are doing presentations, what kind of resources do you guys use? I want to ask Daniel.
Yes, Miss V.
What kind of resource do you use when you do presentation?
I use Canva
Okay.
to design my slides.
Oh, that's nice. So I guess we can all agree that Canva is a very, I would say, not important. It's a very popular resource that we use. Therefore, from here I want to say, the skills that I want to improve on is the skill of illustration. Alright? Nowadays, the students, they get to, I would say, get bored very easily when we just use our voice to say, okay, today we learn grammar. Okay, A, N, S, E. Like they can understand just like that, right? So, with the use of illustration, like as I said earlier, TikTok, Canva, and so many more, you can find all of this in the internet. You can use all of this to make your lessons more interesting. I want to integrate that in my teaching so it can be more colorful, more interesting. Therefore, I think that the skill of illustration is very important, and I want to improve some of that part in my teaching. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Apa saya tulis terang?
I would like to improve is the
variation is the skill that the actions of the teacher in the context of teaching and learning process, and which aims at overcoming the boredom of the students. So that the students will show perseverance, active participation, and enthusiasm. So this means that I need to be more creative to what we call it, to vary our teaching styles. I think to make the students more interested and stay focused during the lesson. So in the skills also, it can be applied to the teaching approach, like teaching styles, and also the variations of media used. So this makes me more interested to learn more about the variation skills, so that it will make the lesson more fun and less what we call it, schematic. That's all for me. Thank you.
So hello everyone, I think I've seen many faces, familiar faces here right now. Yes. So do you guys know who I am? Yes. Okay, some of you guys don't know who I am, right? Just a short introduction of myself. My name is Daniel Yi, or you can call me Mr. Daniel or Daniel. So for today, I would like to share with all of you a teaching skill that I would like to improve on, which is, can you guys guess? Come on lah.
Time management.
No, it's actually the skill of explaining. I think explaining is always been one of my weakness, because when I stand in front, I have stage fright. So as a future teacher, I believe that it is extremely important for a teacher, especially to provide crystal clear instructions. Am I correct? Yes. Because in examination, when we don't have crystal clear instructions given by the examiner or the teacher, what causes the students to do?
Panic.
Yes, they would go panic and they would do anything, go different directions, and their mind all probably will go haywire. So, I believe that the skill of explaining is one of the teaching skills that is very important, or as I said, crucial for a teacher to improve on, in order for the teacher to draw the students' attention and understanding in class. So, to test you guys a little bit, do you guys understand what I'm trying to imply, or I explained about it just now?
Yes, we understand.
So just a quick question to recall my sharing. What is the teaching skill that I would like to improve on? Yes, that's correct. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Louis Xavier. So the skills that I want to improve is the skills of explaining. So a teacher should be able to explain in great detail and make sure that students understand what you're trying to say. So without having a good explaining skills, students will have a hard time understanding what you're trying to say or what they're trying to speak in the class when you're teaching. So for instance, based on experience in schools, if a teacher does not explain well to you on what you want to know, will it able to help you to understand? No, right? No. So having good explaining skills, students will pay more attention and avoid them from missing the lesson. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Wow.
Assalamualaikum and hi.
My name is Amar Jessica Aziz. You guys can call me Amar. A teaching skill that I would like to refine is classroom management and also voice projection. Specifically, I think classroom management is very vast. So I would say voice projection is also in the classroom management. So, specifically, I want to know on how to control students' behavior and focus on the lessons entirely with no distraction during in the classroom. Because I think classroom management is where the process where teacher needs to ensure that classroom lessons run smoothly without disruptive behavior from students, compromising the delivery of instruction. The one that I want to highlight is the voice projection. I personally think that if someone has a nice volume of sounds when they speak, then they can grasp anyone's attention easily. This is very vital when it comes to classroom because the first thing that students want from you is your voice. Because how your voice, the volume of your voice sounds is playing the major role. I have a weak voice. I have a soft voice, so I really want to improve that, so that later on during my LM, I wouldn't be ignored and wouldn't be taken or taken too lightly. Because I know kids nowadays are very wild and they tend to think that they are mature from their age because of the technology that they have right now. So yeah, that is all for me. Thank
Everyone can hear my voice?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum. Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good evening. My name is Daniel Haziq and you can call me Haziq. I think maybe some of you guys don't even know me. So I don't. Okay, so the skill that I want to improve on is classroom communication. The reason why I want to focus on this skill is because my communication skill is not that good either. So I don't want my students to follow my steps. So I don't want my students to follow my steps. So I want them to be prepared. With this. Okay. So good classroom communication can improve our behavior and attitude. So one of the ways that we can improve classroom communication is by one of the ways is by asking them questions about what do they learn today, so that they can it can improve their understanding and stuff. So students who can communicate effectively can advocate their own social and emotional needs and are less likely to turn negative behaviors such as acting out, attention seeking, and dissociation or turning out. And that I think one of the most important skills that I want to improve on is communication skills, because as a teacher we tend to we need to be a very good communicator, right? Yes. So that our students will be able to understand us very easily. And I'm also not good at explaining things, so I would like to improve that myself. So I hope we can all do that. Yes. I think that's it for me. Okay. Sorry if I started a lot.
Okay. So hi everyone. Can everyone hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So my name is Niki Angising, and you guys can call me Niki or literally whatever. I don't really care. So I believe that there are 12 skills in total, and the one that I have chosen to explain here today is skill of demonstration, because I genuinely believe that I am very lacking in this skill, as it is just very difficult to demonstrate. And as you can see right now, I'm very anxious, so demonstrating is gonna kill me, I think. So anyway, in all honesty, the ability to demonstrate is basically like killing two birds with one stone, where when I'm demonstrating, at the same time, I'm also applying the method of classroom management. So when I'm demonstrating things, students will be like, oh, I'm paying attention. That means they will be quiet and stuff. So when they're paying attention, that means I'm also conducting classroom management properly. After that, or I should say, in addition, the teacher is also an example for the students. So through demonstration, I can instill in better explanation and also better understanding in them, which means technically they will be able to gain deeper understanding on what I had passed down to them, and through this, they will also be able to catch my lessons properly, and at the same time, hopefully, they will do what I'll do as well by following their teacher's footsteps, I guess. So that's about it. That's about it for me. Thank you very much.
Good job, Nikki.
So, Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone. My name is Muhammad Muda and you can call me Yusri. So, based on the task given by Dr. Farhan yesterday, which is to share with others a teaching skill that you would like to improve on. So, I chose to communication skill. Okay? Because I don't really know how to communicate while teaching with the students based on the last PPG. And I know that communication is one of the important skills that a teacher must have. And it is important and essential for teachers to improve the skill as it can help to build a positive relationship with student, parent and college. So based on the reading that I've done last night, so there are 5 things that I need to do. First one is to practice active listening, and the second one is to be clear and concise, and the third one is to use non-verbal cues, and the fourth one, which is encourage 2 ways of communication, and last but not least, to seek feedback from colleges. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Masuda Azra binti Hamid. You can call me Mas. So the teaching skill that I personally would like to improve is my time management skill. I choose this teaching skill because back when I was co-teaching with my teacher in PPG 2, I tend to use so much time in one activity, and I ended up have insufficient time for the second activity. So this ended up I just assume the student understand my lesson, and I forgot that student have different student have different level of proficiency, English proficiency. I think that's all for me. Thank you.